If we look at the global driver shortage, we're predicting that there'll be about a 24% gap with drivers in the world. If we look at the passenger side, we see that could even be a greater shortage for the simple reason is that it's a very specific business and we have a very old population of drivers. Unlike the trucking business, the passenger bus and coach industry has more women, but still not enough. We're lacking two things. We're lacking women and we're lacking the youth coming in. So if you're in high school, you're 18 years old and you say, I don't want to go to university, what will I do? I'll go do something else. And it's not at the age of 21 that you will come back and say, well, I now want to become a driver. So we have to make it so, and we're lobbying right now to make it so that somebody can become a professional driver at the age of 18. The issue people say is, oh, but they're not safe. It depends on your character. There are 18-year-olds that are very mature and can become great professional drivers. And there are 62-year-olds like myself who, depending on your character, I'm better on a motorcycle than I am driving a bus and coach. So it depends on the character. It's not age, it's a matter of training. If they're properly trained, they can be very, very safe drivers. But what prevents people from coming in is all the impediments. When you have international transport and you have to cross a border, and at times our vehicles, whether it be the trucks, buses, or coaches that are crossing the border, have to wait not a matter of hours, but sometimes days, even weeks. How can you have people in the back and people complaining when you have such long waiting times at the borders? There's no priority given to commercial transport. And with this, plus when they have to stop and rest and there are no secure areas to rest, this is problematic. So if you want to get more women into the profession, you have to say, how do we make it that it's a secure profession? Plus, with the increasing regulations, in particular in Europe, there's just a regulation on top of regulation on top of regulation. It makes it very difficult to be a driver and to meet all those norms, all those regulations that are put in place for driving rest time, which of course are necessary, but the way that they're implemented is so strict that it's very difficult then to have a normal lifestyle. You want to get home, and yet you can't get home because you might be off by 2 hours, you might almost be home, but you can't make it. So the rules are made in a way that are strict for reasons of road safety, even though I could argue that our drivers today aren't unsafe, and it's not due to a lack of rest. They are rested. It's more a question, I would say, of boredom than anything else. But the biggest issue is how do we get people into the profession and that it be a profession that is looked up to. During COVID, our drivers were seen as heroes. They're still heroes, but now COVID is over, and so they have less attention. So it's a matter of getting the public to understand the importance of our drivers. It's a matter of having governments understand the importance of our drivers and make sure that we can keep them interested, train them, recruit them, and keep them in the profession. It's a tough job for us to get this going. We're trying every means possible to attract drivers to our profession, but there are some things such as lack of secure parkings, long waiting times at borders that make our job very, very difficult.